Alright peeps, welcome back to Ember Creek here. Unfortunately, our ember pelts that call this creek home are going to be quite unhappy very shortly. Especially these three because they have the big bad wet form debuff. That means that these poor beavers and any ember pelt that has to cross this wet river is gonna be well unhappy in it. Now, since we do have the green ground back here, we need to get straight into getting all of the crops planted and getting a bloody dam on the crack. However, to get a dam on the crack, we need a real casual 150 science points. And since we're gonna need the jobs for sloping and planting, we may as well just get those 10 logs back. But while pretty much all of our beavers are getting wet for going over for their single schnozberry that's left over here, let's get away for them to get up the side of this cliff and out of these precious oak / bonus berries up here. And having a scout about the map here, the best place I can think is right along this ridge. So we're gonna get up as cleanly as possible, which is unfortunately gonna mean having a bit of a kink in the stair here. At least for the time being. But crucially, it'll still give our beavers access up here. And I've just spied another natural overhang, which will get us down to this side. And I reckon that is a fair dinkum priority. We've got high priority stairs, low and medium priority everything else. And maximum priority farmer's house here. Which should get banged in tomorrow morning, because it only needs a couple of slow beaver blows. Oh, I can't believe we've still got no food though, peeps. No food! We only got 2 schnozberries left over there. No schnozberries have regrown over here yet. We're quite a ways off that. And we are still yet to get all of our science points required to start a bloody damage situation. Although just in case we get another teeny weeny temperate season, let's make sure we have a nice path set aside for where we're gonna line with it floodgates. And I'm thinking I might be a bit of a cheeky beaver. Use this little spot of land here to get ourselves some handy dandy small warehouses on the crack, because that will allow our ember pelts to get all the way over here and start tackling this bad water source, which is a bit of an issue considering we've got the unstable core that's gonna kick off, and we do not want all of this bad water flooding our creek. Now I'm watching Smoketail here. The second they get back and deliver their berry, they're getting paused so they can get across the river. Oh, and planting more bloody crops. Or remove the priority dune of the coal pit district centre. We need as many beaver farmers as possible. Now the radishes take 4 days to mature, so we need a full 8-day temperate season. It is as simple as that. We are full RNG beavers right now. We can only hope for the best. And you know, there is no real plan for the worst. The worst has already occurred. We've got no food and barely any bloody prospects. Oh, but I have just spied a lovely patch of berries over yonder way. And we are up there, we are. So we'll start extending this path hour. Oh, and it looks like I'm pathing straight through an old blueberry field. Rip the blueberries up here. Imagine if we'd done a mad dash up here and quickly chomped all of those down. We'd have more than 0 food right now. I love the fact that the beavers that come over here and get slowed by the debuff are the ones that are actually building everything. But with 6 farmer beavers planting all the plants, it's as efficient as we can be. And I'm going to have to take some drastic bloody measures here, because we need beavers planking away right now. How else are we going to get our big old staircase up here, you know? Our staircase that I believe we need to get to before beavers start dying of thirst. We already had a beaver corking of old age. This is no good. We didn't even have... Oh, we have a hoose in. That's good. I thought we had absolutely 0 hooses in. Honestly, I'm just thankful that we get 8 bloody logs a pop off these oaks. I need to keep an eye on this thing, yeah. Whenever they fill up their flag, I'll get them shifted over to another flag. Oh, and there's another bonus 8 logs being grown there. And in our first day of planking, we successfully made 2 planks. Do we have any berries grown over here yet? Surely we're close on some of these. 68's the closest I've seen. 76, that's not too bad, but that's only going to be bloody 3 berries. That's not enough berries to keep our beavers alive. 88%. Oh, this is going to be a proper close one here, peeps. Oh, hello. The tomatoes. Now, who chomps the tomatoes? The Emberpels do. So I am very sorry, Smoketail. You're still waiting on the radishes. But if naught else, the majority of our beavers will have something else to chomp on now. And for the time being, I'm going to leave all 6 of these farmers knocking about. As long as we've got an builder, that's fine. We are not storing up any bonus planks. And look at our big builder, man. They're not even stopping for a tomato. They're like, let us drop this plank and then do a couple of hammer blows. And only then will I go back and chomp a tomato. Now you can admire the bloody work ethic of the Emberpels, you know. They're not messing about. They'll even slap a log in the lodge when they've got no planks to plunk in the bloody stairs. And they're making the great sacrifice of getting their fur all wet for the betterment of the entire creek. Oh, and here comes the shoreline flooding. It's creeping up on day 3. But with day 3 passing, we certainly need to have at least 1 slaughter on the gun. Now, has that still left us with 1 beaver builder banger and the plank as required? Perfect. And I can see we got 20 logs, and that's not able to be worked in anymore. Therefore, let's get this thing our yonder way. Oh no, that's how we had a bonus beaver builder. You know what, for now, while we've got 20 planks, just crack along. Be the beaver builder banger, mate. Bang in the rest of that stair. And then get yourself a tomato. You're gonna cork it. Get yourself a tomato, pal. Did he not get a tomato while the tomatoes were growing? Right, we're going to do 1 beaver in each one of these farmhouses. Just so we have some extra beavers to knock about and do other tasks. Now, how close is that? 88% now? 94% berries! Maximum percent berry picker. Mate, you need to get out there and hopefully our big beaver builder... Oh no, did they cork it? Or did they get a different job? Distang, pal, you need to wake up and get that berry. Because the amount of times you've crossed this river, you absolutely deserve it. Distang, stop it with the bloody slurping. Stop grafting for a second. And go and eat that 1 berry that's getting picked. Oh, there's berries out here. Oh, got knee pickers. Brand new picker job beavers. Maximum priority. That absolutely needs to get in. Hang on. How did the tomatoes end up growing? They're 5 days. The radishes are 4 days. What occurred right there? I wonder if it's the Keystone mod. Because we've got a bit of grassland taking hold. So it's 13-14% faster. But not down here. Because we've got too few species variety. Oh! Didn't tell us the 1 bloody strip. The 1 strip, peeps. Alrighty then. So, we're going to be going into plant crops. We're going to be using this plant mix crops tool. And we're going to mix it up down by the bottom here. And hopefully, that's enough to spread up to the top. Or, do I be a clever beaver back into here? See, no bell peppers this far back, but I do want some bloody tomatoes this far back. And then I feel like, just to keep it chill up here, I'm going to do the very same. Oh, I didn't want 2 radishes there, though. That looks daft. Let's re-roll the dice. That'll do. And I'm feeling like a second line of tomatoes up there. Why, aye. We'll have a nice, efficient, bloody grass farming land in no time. Although I wouldn't mind, in the meantime, a couple of berries, please. Any berries? Go on, lad. Pick that berry. Because we have now 1 food, and that will not last long. Who's the beaver gonna be that gets the wet 4 debuff to pick that 1 berry out? I'll tell you who it wasn't. It wasn't bloody Distang. Distang, pal. You need to sort out and be in there like bloody swimwear the next time there's some berries on the loose. I really do not want Distang. I don't want any beaver. Oh, Rachel cooked it to death. No, I was just about to say I don't want any beavers actually starving to death. Not just Distang. Oh no. It's happening, peeps. It's happening. But the radishes are here. Let's get all the beavers in here. Let's just start ripping it up because we are not going to get any sort of bloody damage in before the drought hits. Alright, beavers, get in there, and I need to keep an eye on Distang. Distang, you're welcome to take a break, by the way. The second there's some radishes available, or go and get a berry, anything to keep you alive. Go back and get some more radishes. Take advantage of the food, because you need to eat a lot of food, pal. Right, we need to keep an eye on Distang. Anybody else starved to death? Nobody just yet. The radishes are coming in clutch. Oh, Distang, you need to chomp a lot more radishes than that, pal. Neither wonder we were sitting at 0. We'll be still at 0 food. But look at all of the food these beavers have to chomp to no longer be hungry. It's taken bloody yonks for Distang to get into the green. Finally, Distang's happy! Whoo, peeps, I can't express how relieved I feel seeing all of those radishes ready to be picked out the ground. I've just had to get on a mad pausing mission. We're not going to have any beavers knocking about in the lumber mill or large power wheel. We are purely getting food out the ground. Speaking of, yes, both of these are prioritised to be ripping it out the ground. And you know what? I reckon this was a fair dinkum angle to watch. A little bit. I'm only going to go for a day, or maybe a day and a half, because there's a bloody drought income, isn't there? And we need to make sure we get all the water and food up as beaverly possible. And we need to somehow survive a longer than 4-day drought. Alright, we're coming out of it. Why are ye planting when there's crops to be ripping up? Now, these are actually both set to prioritised action. Rip it out the ground. And it's beavers from both of these that are actually planting instead. Beavers for real though. Like, I really need yous to get these ripped up, not planted down again. Or unless the keystone little tool that I used, unless this takes priority. Is this what they're planting? Let's have a look. And we'll watch for the beavers that are planting, and we'll see if it's the... No, look! They just replanted a bull. Why aren't you picking it up, beavers? Full storage! Beavers, new maximum priority job. We are going to be storing radishes in here. And since these are practically useless at the moment, anywho, yous are all getting paused to ensure we've got enough builder beavers. Right, builder beavers, no messing about. I'm even going into speed 4. I want to see this bad lad flicked in the next 3 to 4 seconds. Because then I can unpause these bad lads, get the priority done on the cool pit district centre, and then pick up all of the radishes, tomatoes, and bell pepperinos. The charcoal beavers will be buzzing that we finally have something just for them. I mean, I'm buzzing for them. And we've got 179 science points. So let's invest in a floodgate here. Now I am thinking, probably should have thought of this before now, but is a floodgate all the way along strictly necessary? Like, that's 11 single floodgates. So it's going to be 100 logs and 50 planks. But if I delete 4 floodgates off either side here, we can have a 3-way channel for water to go through. And once I get 120 science points, fill the rest with levees here. But we're not going to be getting any of this built in the next 1.5 days, so that's the way I'm going to go with it. Ooh, we can build it during the drought using our fancy stairs. Now, I'm not going to go over there just yet, because I don't want the beavers to be getting wet fur unnecessarily. Speaking of, let's pause ye for the next day and a half. And should I get another radish warehouse on the crack? Because there's a lot of radishes needing to be picked out the ground. And due to the amount of radishes needing to be picked out the ground, I'm building another one of these farmhouses. We'll have one prioritising capsicums, and we'll have one prioritising tomatoes. That also gives us an extra 150's worth of storage. So, yeah, now, beavers, and make sure we've got a builder. Just one builder, you know what I mean? Just the one will do. And I'm half tempted to get this third water slurper up and running. We have empty tanks, and we will have longer than a 4-day drought. And we've only got 0.7 days left to bloody prep for that. And that does include picking all of these berries, because we need to protect ourselves from future near-extinction level events. And beavers, we're definitely getting up to a 24-hour working day here. Work through the night until the sources stop our bloody flowing. You know what, I reckon could be fun. Get into a bit of first-person action and see this water level drain looking more and more that rock become visible. And now we have a drought. Let's get to speed 1 because I didn't want to be outrun by the drying up of our Ember Creek here. Oh, it is never a good sign. But at least we get a little bit more water, a little bit more irrigation while the aqueduct empties. But it does stop and we dry on up. And I'm going back up to 4 beaver builders because we need to be getting this extra farmhouse up and running, if for no other reason than to ensure that we have all of this food ripped out the ground before it dries up and dies in 1.8 to, oh, thankfully they got all the capsicums out, because they dry up real quick. But yeah, now, we've got 3 and a bit days to get most of this shite up. All the radishes need to come out first. Alright, farmhouse is up. Let's get this back down to 1 beaver builder. Then we should have 3 beaver farmers. Where's the beaver farmers went? Alright, the coal pit district centre's getting paused. That'll force the beavers over there. Now we do have a pretty much full radish warehouse. I reckon it might be a good idea to do another one. And I'm going to have to pause good old Suit 4 here to be our 1 beaver banger builder to get this big old warehouse straight in. Or, since I'm seeing we're doing a fair dinkum job getting all the radishes up, how about you didn't waste all of the logs doing that, pal? Maybe we just let the beavers do their thing, which they're doing very bloody efficiently, if I do say so myself. Until they're all full. You know what? These are all full. They're all getting paused. That's 9 jobs on the market. Now this is my new priority. We need to get beavers grafting away in the inventors and in the lumber milling power wheel. And to fuel all of that, we need beavers out here busily chopping down these oaks. And to make sure we don't end up bloody corking it, we need to pick up some berries. Now thankfully it's a 5-day drought, so we won't lose our berries during this drought. But we do want to make sure that we're still picking them out. Because if we get them out during the drought, it means that this 100% will be down to 0, and the next time there's water over here, it'll regrow. And yeah, now that I think about it, I'm probably just going to put another warehouse down here and have it with berries instead of the bloody radishes. So beavers, crack along with that whenever you bloody fancy it. And while the beavers are doing all of that, I'm just going to be over here pausing and unpausing these flags whenever they get close to bloody 20 like this laddie here. The second they chop down this next oak, they're going to be up to 20 and they'll need a pausing. But we didn't just pause them, we unpause another flag so he just scoots about and finishes the job. And if you see a gatherer on their arse, you get them paused. Oh, that's probably because there's now to pick. I was going to say because they'll be full, but nah, 10 out of 20, there's just now to pick. And I accidentally deleted that, so now we've got some berry rubble on the crack that we need to pick up. So beavers, if you wouldn't mind, you know, hurrying up getting all of these laddies in, and then get this laddie in. Actually, flip that. I'm going to leave that as a high priority, so you get these lodges in, because they are what need to get banged in next. Although I did notice our planks are full, so it may be worth getting a bit of a small industrial pile on the crack and saying, beavers, chuck some planks in there for us. And get on, we'll be efficient doing ya, we'll even have a log pile. Now with 3 days remaining, I reckon our tanks up here should keep our beavers hydrated. Look at our beavers being able... Oh, that's right! I need to get the bloody path down here before the water comes back. Beavers! And we've got enough for the levies! Okay then. We are going to get our big old dam up and running here. Well worth the 120 science points. Now naturally we're going to start at 0.85 and very likely bring it down to 0 because you saw, even with the full wide river we were flooding. This could be a massive mistake for the sake of being cheap, you know. Nah, I'm just gonna not be cheap. I'm going all in with the floodgate. But now that our beavers can access that, when they've got nothing else to do, they should come down here and plonk some planks in here. But before they do that, they're going to extend the hoses. Now, this could mean, you know, cycle 12, day 13 is the first time we have a kit born in Ember Creek. Oh! And the beavers are banging their way through here. Bunch of leg ends. Let's copy that sentence so we don't have any flashy. And I may as well continue the stairway up. Stairway up to some pines, which will help us continue the stairway up, or I have to. You have to take that up, didn't you? And then there we are. We are at the badwater source. The first thing we want to do when we get over here is demolish these 2 block arches, which I believe means we have to get down into this channel, which is rather dangerous. Has to be done during a drought. But I'll pause this step for now, just to make sure that I am remembering correctly. We do have to be at the same level as the blockage. Oh, when you look at this, where Beaver's got the bloody berry warehouse in. We've got all 6 of our big hoses on the... And we got 2 kits! Look at our 2 kits. We got oozes here, and we got bloody Blacktail. Look at Blacktail having a bit of a deek suit on the balcony. Oh, and then they have a bit of a run up to the top here. Oh, it would be cool if they come and had a bit of a look. Say, ah, now look at that, a bit of a peacoat. Oh, why I canny charcoal Blacktail. And now that our beavers have started getting the planks in our big floodgate wall, which is actually the next thing they're building, or it should be. Ooh, that's right. High priority stairs over here. Let's get medium priority on the stairs and high priority on the floodgates. Now, unfortunately, we have all but decimated this oak plantation here. Do we have any other trees? Nope, just those pines that we're already going for over yonder way. Well, that makes me want to revert my previous priority change. Get this back up to high, and then we need to start getting around this. And then because we're very likely going to be in quite the predicament wood-wise when we get here, we're handy-dandy small warehousing it across the top. Alright, now that seems like a much more reasonable priority system. We need to get these 3 stairs in, and then we'll have access to these only a handful of oaks, but we can also pick up some berries for emergency food. Then we need to get a warehouse bridge across here, get all of these oaks chopped down, and spend some of our science points on a forester. It's only 30? I could have done this yonks again! Well, in that case, I reckon we're going to make this area here a bit of a mixed forest area. And this plantation is going to be 50% oak, 25% birch and pine. And I'm even going to pop a mirroring forester on the t'other side. It can reach all the way up. However, this mix is going to include more trees, but the vast majority that's going to be going in there are going to be blooming oaks. Oh, I wondered why there was past that treat. This is a bob and a boot faction. We've got wooden paths and everything we can cop along here. Well, this is definitely going to be a wooden path with railings that has to do a mild detour around the blueberry patch. But the railings stop here. That's so the beavers that work in the foresters and the lumberjacks will have easy access down. So yeah, now beavers, do you reckon you'll be able to get those foresters in the next 0.6 days without going to a 24-hour working day ideally? I mean, we don't have enough planks to get the forester in, but you never know. We could get some sort of miracle knocking about. But with 0.2, 0.1 days remaining, the only thing left to do is say, I hope you've enjoyed this mild recovery episode of Ember Creek. Be keen for the next one where we are hopefully going to sort out our bloody wood issue and maybe think about a badwater repulsion system before it wipes us off this map. But until then, have yourselves a canny old time and a toodle.